Hey everyone, today is August 15th and I'm here on my lunch right now in my house, in my music room, and I'm eating my half a watermelon. And these are neat watermelons. I cut it open, it was yellow. I've never had a yellow one before, but it tastes just like the red ones. This one came from, at my house it was grown on a hydroponics farm here where I live, and they sell them at the farmer's market. And I bought them from them before. Actually, I just had another one from that same farm, and it was red. So I don't know what makes them yellow. I have recently seen them in the stores though. But the real reason I want to do this video is I was thinking, or I've been seeing these different videos on the 80-10-10 diet, people that have tried it and had major problems on it for one reason or another. And I'm not one to try to prescribe a problem or fix anybody's problem. If they have problems, hopefully they either found somebody that knew what they were talking about or did something. Because I myself have not been on the diet a tremendously long time. Only 8 months this week actually. I tried it. I started it in mid-December of last year, and the things I wanted to point out though are some big disconnects, different divides between what people say that they're doing, or when they say they're doing the 80-10-10 diet, and what is actually written in the book. And there are some pretty major differences. And the three things that I've seen that I want to address are mono meals and living by mono meals, and two is greens and their part in the 80-10-10 diet, or what's written in the book anyways. The book by Doug Graham. And the third one is muscle building on the 80-10-10 diet. And I want to try to make it as quick as possible. So the first one is mono meals. I see tons of people on here on YouTube say that I was doing the 80-10-10 diet and I was following the mono meals. Well, if you actually read the book, mono meals really are a huge part of the diet. He mentions them. He does talk about mono meals and just eating one meal at a time and its benefits in digestion. You eat them. Let's look at some of the diet plans. He has a diet plan for every season of the year. And this one, let's see, for breakfast, this is a spring plan. He says for breakfast to eat 16 ounces of fresh squeezed orange juice, 8 ounces of Talfo mangoes, and 8 ounces of strawberries. Then for lunch, he does mention a mono meal here, and that is to have 2 pounds of bananas, and then so that is one mono meal. And then for dinner, he tells you, hey guys, say hi, Abigail.
Hi.
Say hi to the camera. The camera's sitting there on the...
Hi.
Okay. Move on, baby. Alright, now for dinner, he tells you to have a 3-course meal this day. Every day is pretty much a 3-course meal. He says to have a fresh squeezed orange juice, 16 ounces. Course 2 is spinach, red pepper soup, 8 ounces spinach, 8 ounces red bell peppers, and 8 ounces oranges. And then course 3 is orange pistachio salad. They have 8 ounces of baby spinach, 8 ounces red leaf lettuce, 4 ounces oranges, and 1 ounce of pistachios. So you can see mono meals aren't really that big of a part of the diet. And we did mention some greens in there. That's the second point that I wanted to make, was that people that are trying this diet, a lot of them seem to get the impression that it's just fruits. And again, those people have never read this book. They don't really know what they're doing. And I see it from people that are on YouTube saying, I tried this diet and my health went really downhill. And I can see why. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they're describing, one guy I saw said, he was telling me this diet is horrible, you should get off of it. And I went to his page, and he had videos about the 80-10-10 diet too. And they were basically saying he was eating, I think it was peaches. Like, he was eating nothing but peaches. And he was waiting on them to get ripe. So he was eating nothing for days at a time, and then suddenly eating peaches, and that's it for several days at a time. That is not what this.
Hey.
Go on. That is not what is prescribed here. It's not what's recommended. So, it does tell you to eat greens. Here he's telling you, I think in the book he tells you to eat 1 to 2 pounds of greens or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong or whatever. He does tell you to eat at least a pound of greens every day. But on this particular day, you're eating 8 ounces of spinach, actually 16 ounces of spinach, and 8 ounces of red leaf lettuce. Let's go to another day. That's a spring plan. Let's go to a winter day plan. And this one says 1 pound of pineapple and 1 pound of kiwi for breakfast. So there again, not a mono meal. So people that are trying to live off just mono meals, that's not really what's recommended in the book. Lunch is 10 ounces of medjool dates and 1 pound of cucumbers. Okay, so I wouldn't count cucumbers as a green, but it's not. Is it a fruit? I don't know. I don't really eat cucumbers. Not a big fan myself. But then for dinner, he tells you to eat 1 pound of tangerines, 8 ounces of cucumbers, and 8 ounces of grapefruit, and 8 ounces of tomatoes. That's course 2 of 1 pound of tangerines was a course. Then those other things are a course. And he's all about the cucumbers today. I wouldn't do well on this day. And then course 3, you're eating 1 pound of baby spinach, 8 ounces of satsuma tangerines, 8 ounces of cucumbers, and 1/2 ounce of pine nuts. So you can see, you can see from his diet descriptions, and I don't necessarily follow these. These are descriptions that he gives. This one, they're all about 2,000 calories, and he earlier in the book, he essentially recommends you to eat these calories. 2,000 calories for me would be like if I were sitting at my house day in, day out, never moving, never exercising, never had any type of fitness, never left my house. I did little more than walk from my house to the car, and from my car to a building or something where I was sitting. So that would be a case where I would get 2,000 calories in a day. But as it is, I usually am very active in both with my kids and with exercise and weightlifting, and I usually get about 4,000 calories a day. So, those are the first 2. I think that covers the mono meals, that people that are really promoting mono meals and talk about the lots of mono meals that they eat. That's not necessarily what the diet's about, and I have seen a couple people on YouTube that, they were having poor health while they were on the diet, and everything's mono meals. They thought the whole diet was that you had to eat mono meals, and I can tell that they really didn't read the book, because that's not even the mention of mono meals is a very small part of the book. The second thing is the greens. People that say that they're just living off fruit, and that's really not recommended anywhere in the diet as being part of the 80-10-10 diet. It's not in there. You won't find it. And then the third thing is muscle building. I've seen people on YouTube talking about. People have told me on my channel, you can't build muscle this way. It's only for cutting weight. That's all this what diet's good for. And that's not been the case for me. I have not been to the gym or been to work out one time where I didn't add either weight or reps, and where I didn't go and add either weight or reps from the previous week. So for me, the diet's working in building muscle. You can see a steady progression in my weight and in my body from video to video when I'm doing the posing and all that nonsense. And I mean, you can see, muscle definition in what I'm doing. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, I mean, my arms are getting bigger. My chest in terms of bench pressing, that's actually one of my best lifting experiences has been on 80-10-10. When I count reps, I do count how many reps I do. I only count the major compound moves though. So bench press for my chest is primarily based around bench press. And I'll do flat bench, incline bench, decline bench, and those are the compound movements, the bigger movements that I do. And one time of the 9 sets that I usually do for those movements, I added 10 reps. So I added 10, that means I added at least 1 or more reps compared to the week before, where I was pushing my body as hard as I could, or actually 2 weeks before. I have kind of a different workout scheme, so 1 week's heavy compound movements for the chest, the next week will be more calisthenics based, lots of dips, push-ups, and that kind of thing. And I'll get more into my training and sharing what I do at some point. But you know, these have just been my experiences on the 80-10-10 diet. I've only done it, like I said, for 8 months, so you know, you can take my information, take what I say with a grain of salt, but you know, what I have done that I think is key and important is that I've observed, you know, some things that people have tried and claimed to have done and claimed to have been following the 80-10 diet, 10-10 diet, and really they weren't following it at all. But you know, if I get down the road, you know, 3 or 4 years, 5, 6 years, and have major health problems, then I'll probably be one of those people on YouTube too, saying, as well, saying, you know, I tried this diet and my health plummeted. It was horrible. But you know, right now, all I can say is positive things about it. I've only had good experiences, so you know, take that information for what it's worth. I try to be open and honest about what I experience and you know, how I followed the diet and that kind of thing. So, you know, good day.